Welcome back to Business Line. On the sidelines of Rotary Manage 2009, Rajiv Lula had an interesting conversation with Bern Thomas, CEO of ArcelorMittal Dham. Bern Thomas had spoken about managing the meltdown at the Rotary seminar.
We're now joined by Bern Thomas, Chief Operating Officer of ArcelorMittal Dham Processing Private Limited. Welcome, Bern.
Thank you very much.
A whole lot of people are talking about economic meltdown. I think that's hyperbole. Looking at the Indian economy, it's still growing at a healthy, 6.5%. How does that compare to the developed economies? What do you see in Germany, in the US, and compare that to India?
For us, it hit us really hard. ArcelorMittal is basically a steel producer and take profit of the boom of the last years. So we saw a rise in steel price, a significant profit margin on the steel price. And as the meltdown occurred, basically, we lost half the value of our inventory, which is a substantial loss for our company.
And where did you keep that inventory? Is that global or is that?
It's global. It's global inventory. So for us, the challenge was actually to deplete this inventory and occur this loss, but also to find new ways to operate our business. And it is still a challenge in Europe. We do not find that the markets recover.
But now in India, I think the situation is relatively rosier, right? It was never a meltdown here. The demand's still there. We're still growing. The economy overall is still growing at 6.75%. How is your industry affected by the slowdown or this continuous growth? How do you look at it?
Actually, in India compared to Europe is a fantastic country. I don't think in India we experienced a real meltdown. It's a very exciting, thriving environment. Mm-hmm. We are basically growing, our products are in demand. Mm-hmm. And it's very exciting to work here compared to Europe, where we actually have to manage a crisis. Here we manage actually the growth.
Mm-hmm. Now off screen we were also talking about your customers, your clients, where do your products go and where the demand's coming from. So if you could speak a little, tell us about which clients are buying your products.
So we are in the processing business. That means we buy actually steel. We are not a steel manufacturer in India yet. Mm-hmm. This will come in 2014 hopefully. We are buying steel plate and process the steel plate to a finished product. Mm-hmm. So we are giving a finished product to our customers.
So the automotive industry would definitely
no automotive industry, but everything which has to do with earth moving, like Caterpillar, L&T Komatsu,
sure.
Companies like this, John Deere. Mm-hmm. We also work for the power industry. We produce structurals for BHEL, L&T, wow. And we also produce railway parts. For example, we do all the bogie sets on the Delhi Metro, for example.
In terms of growth in Chennai, which products do you see that would be more infrastructure kind of intensive and would need steel supply from you?
Actually, we also work on the railway, on the metro. This is products which are very exciting for us. This is a highly technical content where we actually can put our knowledge to work. Mm-hmm. So for us, the metro project is a very exciting one.
Tell us about moving your manufacturing to India. Where do you see future growth in India? Where would you manufacture your goods, and how long do you see this growth pattern?
I think one advantage of India, maybe people don't perceive it today like this, is the lack of infrastructure. Mm-hmm. So the challenge for us is to grow with the demand for infrastructure products in India.
Oh, so the way you see it is you're saying there's nowhere to go but up. There's a lack of infrastructure, so that's an opportunity for you.
Exactly. This is the opportunity we see on the domestic market, mm-hmm. And we have identified several possible units in India. So we would like to move next to Tamil Nadu, to Gujarat, mm-hmm. Orissa, and maybe a little bit closer to Delhi. Mm-hmm. So these are the 4 units we would like to put into place in the next 5 years. In addition to this, we see a lot of growth in export market. Mm-hmm. Many companies today, because of the crisis, are looking to reduce the cost of their components. Mm-hmm. High value addition components with a lot of content, mm-hmm. technical content, mm-hmm. and they want to move this to a low cost country like India. So we are obviously competing with China, but the advantage is obviously that we have, I say, a democracy and a legal system which reassures us as investors that we can actually be successful here.
Sure. Democracy and the legal system's stability is definitely an asset you're looking for.
Exactly.
Do you think of addressing some of that as a part of your corporate social responsibility? And what would the priorities be? How would you address those?
We are looking for staff, or we want to hire labor. Hired people in Orissa from really rural areas and brought them here to Tamil Nadu, trained them in a school. We trained English, we trained math, and also technical abilities. So after some time in the school, they will come to our plant and work there in our factory. Furthermore, we will move them then maybe closer to their home place or in other factories in India. So this should be a continuous cycle where we actually give people from lower income, let's say from poverty, the opportunity to get themselves trained and achieve a higher level of income by working in industry.
Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for being with us. This was very insightful. I'm sure for our audience, it was certainly for me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Back to you, Pranav.
Thank you, Rajiv. Now, how do celebrities invest their money? This week, we find out actor Nitin Satya's investment mantras.
Don't get fooled by the serious expression on Nitin Satya's face. This actor is at heart a happy-go-lucky fellow, looking at life, work and money pretty much the same way.
Money, as for everybody and for me also, I think it's really something very important, but I don't want to be so very greedy. I just want to earn what is more content for myself, End of the day, it's all about money, dum dum daddy dum dum, something like that, So I think I want to earn something, but not more, at least to my satisfaction. I think I'll buy gold. Two things. It satisfies a woman. At the same time, it's another investment. So I can satisfy my mom by buying lots of gold. At the same time, I think it's a big investment because today's market rates and all those things, once you pick up some good gold stuff and later dates you want to sell it off, I think that'll be more. So a part of my money, I think I'll be investing it in gold. And I think the other half, I think for myself, I think I've got this little fantasy over the share market and stock markets. So I think I'll go ahead with that. I think I've invested a little bit of my acting into people's mind. So right now, that's the most biggest investment that I've made. I think I'll have to pump in more on that.
Well, that's all on Business Line this week. But do join us next week for more news from the world of business. Do send us your comments on feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. Goodbye.